Hi, so I'm here in Fuerteventura and I'm just going to be met now with Eric Bassett, who's a side saddle putter. Fascinating story why he's gone to side saddle, and he's going to explain the things that you need to do if you want to explore trying this method. I've watched him put on the golf course this week. He's brilliant at putting, so don't dismiss this straight away. Have a think about it, maybe give it a go, and I'll be very interested to hear your thoughts on it. So Eric, we're here and you're going to explain to us a little bit about side saddle putting. I've never done it. I've had a little play while we've been here in Fuerteventura this week, but I'm fascinated by Eric's story and why you went to it.
Yeah, I was basically I was a horrible putter. Would not be uncommon for me to have 40 plus putts around.
Wow.
And it was especially frustrating because I could not with any consistency make those kind of knee knocker 2 to 3 footers that are missable but that everyone thinks they should make every time, and
yeah.
I mean I missed a lot of them, so I grew very frustrated and happened to see a video of Sam Snead putting side saddle when he got like yippy. Did some investigation and I thought, what do I have to lose, right? I mean, I'm not going to do any worse than 40 plus putts around. I don't care how I'm doing it. So I decided to give side saddle putting a try. This is probably 8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
And it changed my putting. You know, not that I'm a PGA Tour putter. I'm not like going out there and banging out 26 putts around. But I went from probably an average of 38, 39 putts down to 30, 31, 32 putts, right?
Okay.
So,
and more importantly, what did that do to your confidence?
Oh, just my confidence skyrocketed.
Okay, so Eric, your putter looks a little bit different to mine, quite a lot longer.
Yep.
It also looks quite upright. Is there an angle that you can go up to?
Yeah, the USGA or whatever the golf rules, the limit for a putter is an 80-degree lie angle, or 10 degrees off of 90 is the absolute max. And I would say almost all side saddle putters, guys that putt side saddle, go right up to the 80-degree max, because one of the advantages of this stroke is it makes it very easy to have a very straight back pendulum stroke, right?
Okay.
And the more lie angle you have, the more your stroke's going to want to go a little bit circular, right?
And that's what we're trying to get away from,
right.
So that more straight back, straight through action.
Right.
And how about the way that you hold the putter?
So the way you hold the putter is I just loosely grip it with the top finger.
So the thumb is almost on top.
Yep.
And the other thing is just around the side. So
and the other 3 fingers are just there. They're not, because this is your fulcrum, right? This is where you want the putter to be able to swing.
And out of 10, how tight are you holding that, if 10's really tight?
3.
3, okay.
Just enough so that the putter doesn't fall out of my hands.
Okay, and how about your right hand now? How do we put that one on?
Now, I've seen a lot of different styles. I've seen some guys that like to
do it that way? So that would be a bit like a throwing action.
That would be a bit like a throwing action. I've seen some guys that actually like to go reverse. I've seen some guys that like to do it this way. That can be very individualistic. I tend to like to use like a pencil grip.
So that would be like your hands hanging naturally, and you just put the club into it that way.
In that natural groove between my forefinger.
That looks very natural to me.
Yeah, and
I think that is, but that potentially could have a bit of forearm rotation. This looks like your elbow's just going to fold.
Yeah, and that was the problem I had when I did this method. I tended, like bowling, I tended to put that little spin on it, and I would miss this way. Where with this pencil grip, you're right. It's kind of
more natural. So the elbow's folding naturally.
Yeah, it feels more of a natural piston motion.
Brilliant. Can you show me your setup now?
Setup. The other thing I love about side saddle putting is the line that I'm looking at. You know, a lot of traditional golfers see their line and then they get up here. Now it looks different, right?
Yep.
With a side saddle putter, what I'm looking at is basically what I'm going to set up to. I'm going to continue. So I just try to set my putter on the line I want. I then put my foot a little bit to the left of the ball. And my foot actually becomes my guide. I almost feel like I'm cheating a little bit because if I bring my putter inside, I'm going to hit my foot.
So that's legal?
That's legal.
Okay.
What is illegal side saddle is to putt
in between your
croquet
feet.
style. You
Okay.
cannot putt croquet. You cannot be on the line. So as long as my foot is inside the line, I'm okay.
Okay. And where's your head positioned?
My head is just, I get into like just a kind of natural, little bit of an athletic stance.
Yep.
Weight a little bit left so that I can keep my head kind of over the line. But the beautiful thing about side saddle is once I get into that, I'm not going to have to worry about my head moving. So I'm just trying to get my head on the line. It's not necessarily over the ball.
Okay.
Or,
So you're, from where I'm stood now, you're slightly behind your putter.
Yep.
Or yeah, I would say you're slightly behind it. Show us a stroke, Eric. I'm looking forward to this. So this is not like Eric said, it's not a magic bullet, but it's an opportunity to really make a fluid stroke. That I've witnessed Eric hit a lot of putts this week that have all rolled really well to target. Now they're not going to go in every time. We all know that because we're human beings. But I'm really looking forward to just showing how this stroke looks.
And I always tell people that when they think side saddle looks weird,
yeah,
I always put a golf ball in their hand and I say, if you stand here and I said, if I asked you to roll the ball into the hole, how would you do it?
Yeah.
100 out of 100 people are going to stand like this,
just
and
like
they're going to do that, right? Nobody is going to stand like this and roll it like that.
Love it.
Right?
Love it.
To say that it looks weird really isn't. It's very natural. It's a very natural motion. It's just weird because not too many people in golf do it.
Yeah, so let's hold this, then I'm going to ask you a question.
All right, well, let's see if I can hold it, or I may prove that it's possible to miss this way, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to line it up. I know we got just a little bit of left to right here. And we missed.
That's okay. Now, Eric's never really done one of these videos on camera before, so there's always going to be a little bit of nerves
here, yes.
But we forgive you, so let's just enjoy making a couple more strokes. What I'm more interested in you guys seeing is how his putter head's moving. So we know it looks a little bit strange from normal putting, but watch how that putter head's moving through
impact.
And
what I would say is also, right, there's three things to putting, right? There's are you getting the correct line?
Yep.
Are you getting the correct speed? And is your face angle right? To me, this takes one of those variables out of it. I always hit it where I want it, but I can misread the speed and I can misread the green, right?
Got
so
ya.
that's right.
We got you. There's more break.
No, I'm not going to make one. All right. You can edit those out, right? The misses?
We could, but this is all about telling the truth. Love how the putter head's moving there. It looks very stable.
Like I said, I'm just missing because I'm either getting the speed wrong or I'm just putting it. Just missing.
Dare I say, it almost looks like you're pushing it into the hole. If we just go closer, so these are what we would call the knee knockers. Let's just have a go at that.
All right.
Brilliant. Let's do one more. And how's your confidence stood over this putt compared to how it used to be?
Oh God, just totally.
Completely different. Yeah. Great. Lovely.
I mean, this would be a 50-50 putt for me in the old days.
And what would you say it is now?
What is this? About 4 feet? 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Wow. Okay, that's a really good stat. So it definitely works on that. I've seen it working on the golf course. What do you have to do different if you've got a long putt? So if we were hitting a putt towards, there's a flag right behind us. So if we could just do this, I'm going to film this now from the side so that we can see the length of stroke.
Okay.
So now Eric's got about a 20-25 foot putt now. So we're not necessarily, you won't be able to see where the ball finishes, but what's interesting is the length of stroke now required for this one. What I also want you to be aware of is how smooth the stroke looks from Eric. It's not long with a short follow through, it's not short with a long follow through. It looks pretty even, beautiful rhythm to it. And I don't know, I'm very, very tempted to give this a go. I've changed my putt, I've really improved my putting, but this just looks very safe. I will be giving this a go for certain.
Yeah, no, I mean it is just it's a great way to putt. Now the other thing I will mention is what some side saddle putters do is they like to, even when they're putting the stroke, is to hold the club perfectly
straight,
vertical, right?
Right.
So you'll see some side saddle putter, it almost looks like they're putting toe down.
Okay.
Right? So it's illegal to have the putter made at 90 degrees, but it's perfectly legal to hold it at 90 degrees.
Wow.
So you'll find and I tend to hold it more vertical as I get closer to the hole, and accuracy is really important. When I get further away from the hole, I tend to sole it a little more just because there's a little bit more stability in the face.
Yeah.
But different side saddlers have different philosophies on whether
there's no one way of doing it, but there's you've got to find your way. But the principle is it's generally is a much smoother stroke, and your club face is staying a lot squarer.
And when you think about it, at least from my perspective, there's a lot less to go wrong.
So let's finish with a pure stroke, Eric. It's been an absolute pleasure watching you this week putting. You know, it's very tempting as a coach to step in, but Eric knows a lot more about this than I do, so I'm really picking his brains for the case. That's just a lovely putt, and how did that miss? Thank you, Eric. Thanks for explaining it. If people have any question on this,
they can contact
would you
me.
mind if I share your contact details with them?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Right,
really enjoyed it.
Try side saddle. You're going to love it.